The death toll just rising to at least 104 after the catastrophic flooding in central Texas. Tonight, that region is bracing for more flash flooding. They're anticipated that it's going to be more flash flooding through these next hours. Right now, a flood watch is in effect. Forecasters saying that the atmospheric conditions are just right, yet again, to produce heavy rain, which could seriously complicate what is a desperate search right now for survivors. They are still looking for survivors right now. 24 people still missing, including 10 girls, 10 children, and a counselor from Camp Mystic, that all-girls Christian summer camp, where 27 children and counselors we already know have so tragically lost their lives because of the surging waters of the Guadalupe River on Friday night. The images from inside that camp, gut-wrenching. The beds, which housed some 750 kids at the time of the flooding, now look at it. It's covered in mud. The stuffed animals, blankets, and books just strewn across the floor. No one had time to grab any of them. It is an area of Texas that is home to a number of nationally known children's summer camps, more than a dozen of them damaged when more than an entire summer's worth of rain fell in just a few hours. Now, at this hour, there are rescue crews that are out there. They're pushing forward. They're trying to cut through the debris, the downed trees. They are, at this point, hoping against all odds to still find a miracle and people alive.
We remain hopeful every foot, every mile, every bend of the river. Our work continues.
And while that work continues, the grueling search, officials from the White House on down are facing questions about the warning system in place in Kerr County, which suffered most of the devastating loss of life. I mean, if you look at the times that warnings were issued in those early hours of Friday morning, 1:14 a.m. was the first warning for a life-threatening flash flooding, right? That's what it said, life-threatening flash flooding you would have gotten on your phone, issued for parts of Kerr County, including Camp Mystic. 3 hours later is when the most urgent warning forecasters can issue came, and that is a flash flood emergency. The problem was, of course, the time of day. There are so many people, including the youngest victims, who were sleeping when these warnings were issued, which raises so many questions. I mean, did anyone in the camp get the alerts? Did local authorities try to alert or evacuate the camps, even by calling people running them in advance, knowing that this area is prone to flooding, and that when you think about, I said there's so many camps there, thousands and thousands of children in harm's way. And were mobile alerts ringing cell phones that at the time were not even close to the kids, to the campers. These are the official policies for Camp Mystic, right? Cell phones aren't permitted. That's part of why people send their kids to camp, according to this document, right? So they wouldn't have had them next to them, certainly wouldn't have woken them up. Isabel Rosales is out front live on the ground in Center Point, Texas. And Isabel, at this point, we've got these warnings again for tonight of the possibility again of heavy rain, flash flooding. As you are watching a race against time to try to find people still missing from the flooding still alive.
Aaron, now that we're on day 4 of this, I've spoken to so many volunteers and first responders off camera, and while they want to hold on to that hope, a lot of them are clear-eyed. They're telling me painfully so, that they don't think that they're going to find survivors at this point. The Guadalupe River is to my right over here, but to the left, as volunteers and first responders go through this, searching meticulously, here's what they're finding and laying out on branches: clothing, personal effects left all over the place, and including a children's pajama, it appears, or a shirt over here. The search continues.
Texas is grieving right now.
Grieving and bracing for more rain, as urgent rescues are still underway for dozens who are missing after the devastating floods that ravaged central Texas over the holiday weekend, bursting the seams of the Guadalupe River and taking the lives of at least 104 people, including 27 campers and counselors from a summer camp in Kerr County.
There's still 10 girls and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic that are unaccounted for. And the pain and agony of not knowing your child's whereabouts, it's the worst thing imaginable.
4 months of rain fell in a matter of hours. The destructive and fast-moving floodwater beginning just before sunrise on the 4th of July. The river rising 22 feet in just 30 minutes, taking everything in its path with it. And many are asking why alerts weren't received and evacuations didn't take place.
Well, evacuation is a delicate balance. because if you evacuate too late, you then risk putting buses, or cars or vehicles or campers on roads into low water areas trying to get them out, which then can make it even more challenging because these flash floods happen very quickly. It's very tough to make those calls because what we also don't want to do is cry wolf.
But many families wishing they had taken that chance. The timeline as we know it now. The first flood watch was issued on Thursday in the afternoon and in the early evening at 6:30 Central Time. Then the first emergency alert came out at 1:14 the morning of the 4th, and then again at 4:03 in the morning, just an hour before the river burst at around 5 in the morning. Then a second emergency alert was issued for Kerrville at 5:24 a.m. And then at 5:34, an emergency alert was issued for the Guadalupe River area. But phone alerts were reportedly not received by some people in an area known to have spotty cell service. 19 different local and state agencies are working urgently to find those still missing. Some rescue teams using the aid of cadaver dogs in their search. A man in Center Point, Texas, heard the screams of a young woman who was clinging to a tree after being swept away in floodwater from a camping site miles away with her family.
I didn't know that she was in a tree, but as it turned out, I finally spotted her in the tree, and I began to yell back across to her that, "Hi, I see you. I'm going to get help."
And many others have come out to volunteer their time in the search before the next rainfall comes.
I figured I can at least come and help relieve them of some stress and exhaustion. Now, I know that up towards Hunt and everything, they're still expecting possibly more storm surges, so we have to be
That's a big problem.
Yeah, and we have to be on the lookout for that too.
And Aaron, this is rugged, rural, rough terrain for these volunteers, for these first responders. I've seen dangerous debris, down barbed wire that people have stepped on. I have stepped on, but luckily I'm wearing boots. Also fire ants that have bitten up the volunteers. Also, as they're going around, take a look right up there. You see that? That's a paddle boat showing the force of these floodwaters, and also a reminder to look up. Aaron.
Yeah, to look up. And of course, that the miracles that we've seen have been by looking up in those trees. Isabel, thank you so much for that important and powerful reporting. I want to go straight now to Ryan Logue, Deputy Incident Commander for the United Cajun Navy. And Ryan, I appreciate your time. I know you've been there now for, ever since this started. And crews have been racing against time, rescues, searches. I know you have shared a few photos with us just showing the magnitude here of, trees completely toppled over just from the power of the waters, to look at the size of that tree next to the removal equipment, just to show the power of that water. What else are you seeing on the ground today, Ryan?
Today it has been. Today was a busy day. We pulled out multiple trailers out of the water, and we have begun planning on. We found an RV that looks like it may be covered with dirt with the whole body underneath there, and so we are planning on getting our tractors out there and dozers to be able to build the roads just so we can get to this and be able to dig this trailer up to see if there's any victims in there. The devastation it's so widespread that, we did about 100 yards a day, and we found these, 2 more trailers, and that's only out of 100 yards that we did.
The magnitude of it is obviously incomprehensible. Standing amidst it as you are, Ryan, is there some moment or some just object that you've seen that just stands out to you right now?
How do I say this? So this morning I got down to the site that we're at down near Center Point, and I turned around a corner and I looked down, and there was a stump there, and laying on that stump was a child's Bible, and it had her favorite Bible verses in there. It had scriptures that she had written, notes that she had written to herself, and at that moment I just dropped to my knees and I cried. I cried for as hard as I could for as long as I could just to get it out. The things that we're seeing out here, the amount of devastation it is, no matter if you find a body or not, it takes its toll on you. It's very hard to see for anybody that's out here.
I know that you have seen a community come together.
Yes, it's hard to say that, you know, anything about this is a blessing or that there's anything. It's hard, you know, it's hard to find the good in something so horrible like this. And the one thing that I can say is that if you're going to find the good in this is you get to see what America's doing for America right here, and Texas is doing for Texas. We've had volunteers from 6 different states that have helped the organization. They are donating tractors. They are donating side-by-sides. They are bringing their boats, horses. I mean, we have had people dropping their lives and promising the next 2 weeks of their life to us. And they said that no matter what happens, that they will not stop until the last person is found. I mean, it's a testament to how beautiful mankind actually is.
Amidst such horror and ugliness. Ryan, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And thank you for sharing that story.